But that's the definition of happiness.
I asked you a second ago if Steve Jobs was happy, but are you happy?
I get happier the older I get because I'm very comfortable. I found a place, you know, that I'm, and this may be just what aging does. I mean, it's just, you know, when I was in my 30s, I had a lot of trauma and turmoil and just, you know, hard time to find it, trying to figure out who I was. And I also suffered from dyslexia, which I've come to think of as a superpower now, not an affliction. But it was kind of like, it's hard to know what journey you're going to be on until you find it. And then I found it. And then I started on a new journey. And you know, it's something where, you know, you ask yourself, every day goes by, and you know this the noise and signal thing. And how much of this day was I happy doing the things that I wanted to do? And I am very happy if I measure it by, is there anything that I spend my time doing that I don't want to do today? The answer is no, because I don't have to. And so I don't waste my time. But that's the definition of happiness. What concerns me, and my wife often says to me, we don't need any more money. Why are you flying 300 hours a year on an airplane? What are you doing? I said, I'm happy. Like, you know, I'm happy doing this. I want to do this stuff. You know, I just such, you know.
Are you driven or are you dragged? I was insecure, and I think that resulted in this force of will to try and correct the insecurity or to prove something to myself, which then resulted in success.
I think there is no drag. There's only driven. And I love the most exciting thing I like to do is when someone tells me, you can't do that. Like watch insurance. You will never launch a watch insurance company. You'll never launch in England. Bullshit. That's exactly what I did. I was passionate about it, and I think I'm going to kick ass. What I have learned, and this is something that you should really think about for yourself, your real value, your real brand are your followers. This army of people that have decided to invest their time in you. You know, you'll be approached by a lot of people that want to ride that network you've built. And my advice to you is, because this has really worked for me, is this a product or service that I personally would use, that I would actually use? Because you'll get offered a lot of money to talk about one brand or another brand, and you may be weak and take it. But the minute anybody in your network, in your community thinks you're not authentic, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And so you better be authentic, you better be transparent, you better be honest, even when turmoil hits, whatever it's going to be. And that's the difficulty you're going to have, is how much do you want to take, because you're going to have that opportunity. But if you stay authentic and say, I'm going to support this brand because I use it. Every single brand or commission I have in supporting a business, I use myself. So it's sort of like, that's my advice to you, because I meet a lot of people, but you're very rare. What you've built, maybe by happen chance that it occurred, whatever alchemy occurred, you have it now. It's yours to lose. Don't fuck it up. And the other thing that I would do, and say anybody your age, and because I wish I'd done it, is start focusing on longevity in your 30s. Start thinking about what you eat and what you drink and how much sleep you do and how much exercise you have. You could live to 120 years old.
Asked it is, where do you believe happiness really comes from?
You know, I think the answer is very simple. Consistently achieving your goals, because happiness is not a destination, it's a journey. That's what it is. So you have to set those goals, whether it's noise to signal, going full circle, what we talked about, or long-term, whatever it is, it's consistently achieving those goals, you will be happy. Consistently not achieving them, you will be unhappy, because it is not a destination. Happiness is not a destination. ever. It's a mistake that's so elusive. I mean, it's just not a destination. It's a journey. That's it.